Hello everyone. Today let us discuss about EQ marginal principle. What is EQ marginal principle? EQ marginal principle states that a consumer will be maximizing his total utility when he allocates his fixed money income in such a way that the utility derived from the last unit of money spent on each good is equal. So in other words, EQ marginal principle helps us in explaining how consumer behavior is in distributing his limited income to obtain maximum satisfaction. Like in economics, we have certain assumptions. In EQ marginal principle also, we have certain assumptions. Let us discuss what are those. Our first and foremost assumption: consumers are rational. This is a general assumption that we follow in most of the economic theory. What do we mean by consumers are rational? By this we say that consumers are utility maximizer. Utility maximizer. What is utility maximizer? Utility maximizer is said to be that consumer who is trying to extract as much as benefit or satisfaction from the consumption of a commodity. Yes, that is what consumers are rational mean by. Second assumption, it is measured in cardinal terms. We know that utility has two approaches. One is cardinal and other one is ordinal. By cardinal, what we mean is an unrealistic assumption which says that utility can be measured. Yes, the third assumption and the most important assumption, the taste and preference, money income, prices of goods remain constant, by which we say that there is no change in any of these factors which can have an impact on your consumption of goods and services. Yes, this is what these are the assumptions of EQ marginal principle. Now let us understand or let us evaluate how the equation is. The equation of EQ marginal principle states that marginal utility of A by PA is equal to marginal utility of B by price B is equal to marginal utility of C by price of C is equal to marginal utility of N by price N. By this what we mean is, let us assume that we are going to a supermarket. In supermarket we know we have variety of goods. Can we sit and derive for each and every good at that time? No. For our understanding in this, let us assume that we have only two goods and let us see how those two goods can be analyzed. So what MU? MU stands for marginal utility and P stands for price. So this A denotes the commodity. A, B and C are the different types of commodities that we have. So now let us understand EQ marginal principle with the help of an example. Staying with our assumption, let us consider the money that we have in our hand is only 19 rupees. Okay, so for our simplification and understanding, we assume that there are only two products in the market. So the price of product A is 2 rupees and the price of product B is 3 rupees. Now let us try to understand and evaluate the marginal utility of both product A and product B. So in this you can see that the marginal utility of A and marginal utility of B schedule shows diminishing marginal utilities for both goods A and B from the different units consumed. So dividing marginal utility of A by its price, we obtain marginal utility of money expenditure. Okay, so from this we understood the marginal utility of money expenditure. Now going back to what EQ marginal principle is. So there we had stated that a consumer will be maximizing his total utility when he allocates his fixed money income, that is 19 rupees, in such a way that the utility derived from the last unit of money spent on each good is equal. Now let us try to understand how this is derived. So from understanding of the meaning and with the assumption, we can say when we consume first unit, we get higher satisfaction from marginal utility of product B. That is, our marginal utility from product B is 11. So let us take that in mind first. So now there is a collision between the marginal utility of product A and marginal utility of product B. Now if we say that okay, if we consider that okay, the marginal utility of A and B are equal, then we are contradicting with our own statement of the understanding of EQ marginal principle, where we said that even to the last rupee the consumer will try to maximize his utility. For that reason we will consider both of these goods. Okay, so now we have three goods, two of product B and one of product B. So still we have money with us. how I am saying is, when we consume only 2 of product B, that is 2 into 3 plus only 1 of product A, sorry, that is 1 into 2, we are using only 7 rupees of the total money we have. So we keep on proceeding till we achieve the total satisfaction. So now let us look at the next commodity that we are supposed to consume. So now we are looking into it. We see that the next utility that we have is 9 and 6. So we know a consumer is a utility maximizer, so he goes with 9 units. Okay, so now we have 2 units of A and 2 units of B. Still we have money with us. So the consumer keeps on consuming. So again now we can see he goes with 8 because 8 is higher in consumption of unit A, product A. He gets higher maximum utility than product B. So he goes with the 8. Then again for the 4th unit he goes with product A because he gets higher utility. Now here comes the situation where again there is a clash in the marginal utility. The consumer is indifferent between product A and product B. Now what is he supposed to do? Now let us circle this. Okay, circling that marginal utility of B has 6 and marginal utility of A has 6. Now let us try to calculate the... So here comes the clash again, where the marginal utility from consumption of product A is 6 and the marginal utility from the consumption of product B is 6. So here what are we supposed to do? Note this in mind, it is not only about the marginal utility of a commodity, but we have divided marginal utility of product A with its price to understand how much each and every rupee with us can buy. Okay, so with this we can say that if you are consuming 5 units of A, okay, our money that we spend on that is 10 rupees. Okay, if we are consuming 3 units of product B, yeah, what is happening? One product of B cost us 3, one product of A cost us 2. So multiplying that with the number of units, we get to the money that we have in our hand, that is rupees 19. So from this what can we try to say? So what are we trying to derive here is, with the given amount of money, how much goods that you can purchase entirely depends upon the marginal utility that you derive from the each and every product. Again, here what happens is, when the price increases, what is happening? Your marginal utility will decline. Again, we can interfere the shape of demand curve here. So here, simple example, if your product A is 2 rupees, you are able to consume more. Product B is 3 rupees, you are able to consume less. So this is our understanding from the EQ marginal principle, where it is relevant and relatable to law of diminishing marginal utility, the shape of demand curve and the shape of marginal utility curve. Thank you.